What I want to speak about tonight is in three parts really. So a bit about celiac disease to start with, and the second part will be probably what most people are interested in, is where the NextVax vaccine is up to. So I'm pretty sure if I walked out to the footpath now and asked 100 people what celiac disease was, I'd probably get the response, oh, it's that thing where you eat a bit of gluten and get a bit of diarrhea and bloating, and if you go off the gluten you'll feel better and there's not much else to worry about. And I think celiac disease has been caught up in the whole the gluten-free diet, and I think that's been one of the problems with the disease.
My name's Yvette and I have celiac disease. I was diagnosed with celiac disease almost 2 years ago, and I've had symptoms for I'd say at least 10 years.
I think he realised that when one of his patients came along, the young mother said, look, I think the problem with my child is when I get them to eat wheat, they become unwell, and when I take it away they seem to improve. So what he devised was a fecal test that measured the fecal fat in the stool, and he was able to show that if you gave these children gluten, their fecal fat increased, so they began to malabsorb. And when you took the gluten away, their fecal fat levels dropped. So that was really the first test to be able to look at celiac disease. I see it as an autoimmune disease, and I see it as a systemic immune disease where the gut is involved. And it's a slightly different way of thinking about it, and I think it's important to think about it that way if we're going to discuss what the therapies for celiac disease will be. And the way to think about gluten is it's a long chain of pearls. There's hundreds of gluten proteins, and it's not the whole chain that causes the problem. A small part of that gluten protein that the human body can't break down any further than that, that's the bit causing the problem.
Biggest part that's tricky with being celiac is going anywhere, whether it's travelling, going to the chemist, going to a cafe, going to a friend's house. Avoiding cross-contamination is a big issue. I, like many celiacs, carry food in my bag. I always have a banana or an apple.
WMR has changed its focus. We're now talking about applied medical research. We're trying to make a difference in the immediate or short term.
We use this vaccine for an established immune response. So the immune response in celiac disease is the upregulation of those T cells. And what we're trying to do is turn off those T cells through a vaccination.
And the reason this research that we are doing is important is because while we are studying celiac disease, we are actually getting a better understanding of the immune system. And that understanding of the immune system is going to give us the keys to unlock the cures for everything from the common cold through to the most aggressive cancers.